along with our program, and I hope that we are getting lots of telephone numbers, and so that we can contact, each other. It is very healing to go back with our past, everything that we came through, our friends and whatever, have made us who we are today. And I found that that's a good thing, but I did have a little surprise, a little shock. Once I was trying to just sort of coasting at work. I didn't really want to do some things. We were writing some regulations and stuff, and I needed a break. And so I thought I'd go to the meeting that day. I did a lot of work with the children's program. It was a screening program instituted by Lyndon Johnson. They found a lot of health ills that could have been prevented, and so they put a program in place to catch diseases and things that could morph into diseases. And so it was a lot of groundwork being laid. I was, did some writing and did the statistics for, whatever. But I thought I'd take a break that day, and we had a conference in town, and so during a particular time, it was a person got up and he was expounding on how what we were doing was actually impeding progress, and he was trying to explain to us, what we should do and what we shouldn't do and this kind of thing, and I caught the voice. I said, now I know that this is not Roosevelt Green, because I do recall his trying to talk the instructor out of, a test, or trying to persuade an instructor why his answer was right. And whatever it was that, he may have used the wrong methodology that she was trying to get across, but, was the right answer, and how about accepting that? And so it was just a great thing for me to run up on him, and we renewed old friendships, and it was just really great. And he told me he was a pediatrician, and it was just really something, and I didn't know he'd come back home. But just to renew that friendship and remember, people who are in our lives, and I just found it to be a good thing. And so we're going to have our next person on the program to do our memorial tribute, Mrs. McCourt Sanders and Charlie Fox, Gladys's brother. I do hope we're finished eating enough to break and do that.
I don't think they heard.
Betty and Charlie, it's time. Put it down. This food is very good. I'm surprised. Greens hot. I mean, hot with pep. I mean, I got to go back and check and see who's cooking. Good food.
Good evening.
Good evening.
May the work I've done speak for me. May the work I've done speak for me. All my best I try to give. My mistakes God will forgive. May the work I've done speak for me. This time has been set aside in memory of our deceased classmates and two of our homeroom teachers for the class of 1962. The lighting of a candle represents each deceased member, and their names are Roosevelt Ben Battle, Rosie Bellman Lanier, Floyd Boone, Gloria Yvette Burns Eldridge. Richard Bush. Mr. Jerry Davis. He was one of our teachers. Ella B. Eason. John Melvin Fletcher. Lily Odell Ford Bush. Gladys Elise Falk Henderson. Catherine Hughes London. Bercy Lee Jefferson. Nora Joyner. Thelma Jones Franklin. Ada Bell Leslie. Charlie Nance. Cleveland Parker. Thomas Pratt. James Arthur Rice. Another teacher, Mr. Howard Roper. Annie Teresa C. Albert Steele. And the last one is Joanne Underwood. We must remember our classmates. They are deceased, but they will never be forgotten and will always be with us in spirit at all our class reunions for the class of 1962. Just remember, it is 50 years. Thank you.
As a retired home economics teacher, one of the tasks that I had was to teach my students how to be parents. And in doing so, we would read children's books. So tonight, I'd like to share one of my favorite children's book, and it's entitled Love You Forever. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I live, my baby you'll be. The baby grew. He grew and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet.
Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked over the side of the bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." The little boy grew, he grew, and he grew, and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come in for dinner, and he never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandmama visited him, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had some strange friends, and he wore strange clothes, and he listened to strange music. Sometimes the mother felt like she was in the zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and took him and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." That teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and got a house across town. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got in her car and drove across town. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, looked over the side of the bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older and older. One day she called her son and said, "You better come see me because I'm very old and sick." So our son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. That son went to his mother. He picked her up and he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Here we are on this occasion of our 50th class reunion, August 18th, 2012. And I would like to say to you, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my classmates you'll be.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us on this our 50th anniversary of our graduation from the William H. Councill High School, Huntsville, Alabama. We are delighted that you are here tonight. I could go on and on and on, but I want to call your attention to a few things. First of all, each of you has been given a souvenir booklet. This booklet, I hope, will contain memories that will last a lifetime. So please, if you would look in the back, you will find 2 pages where it's listed for you to get autographs. You know, we always did that when we were in high school. So I hope that you will go around, especially to the people that are sitting near you. And I say that because we don't know what tomorrow will bring. We had a class to graduate, the class graduated 44 people. Of the 44, 11 are now deceased. Now we have more than 11 candles because we had people that were with us 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, and for some reason I heard last night one said, well, I didn't graduate with you because my family moved and I had to go to another school. But I'm here tonight because I feel that we were so much a part of one another. And we have several people like that. Now, I want to call your attention to 2 things. We are going to celebrate or end our celebration tomorrow in church because we have a classmate who is a minister. His wife is also a minister. So I would like to call them here to tell you about tomorrow's service, and we hope that many of you would be able to join. This is the Reverends James and Teresa Jones.
We certainly want to take this time to encourage you, to invite you to service tomorrow. We'll be preaching a message. Jeremiah said that before I formed thee, I knew thee. So before your mom and dad got together, you were a heavenly thought in the heavens. And you're the egg that God sanctified to be fertilized and have a purpose in your life. I'll fill in the blanks tomorrow.
I would just like to say we will be elated on tomorrow to have you, and immediately after service, we will be serving. And the food would be just as good as this, not better, but as good.
So where we're gonna be at 47 others?
Okay, the address is 4706 Higdon Road. And if you need directions there, Reverend can give it to you before he leaves tonight.
Hunter can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Higdon Road is off of Winchester Road between Moore's Mill and Meridian Street.
3rd Street right.
3rd Street right from Meridian. Okay. 3rd Street right from Meridian.
Last church on the left.
Okay. Now there is another thing, since most of us went to Councill High School, we have another charge. There were some people that found it necessary to start an alumni association. And we would like for them to come down. There's a co-founder, Mrs. Shirley Bush Parker now. Okay, would you come down? And she was the co-founder, and I think I see Mr. Ernest Horton. So we would like for you to come down and just tell us a word about the Alumni Association. It's always good to support this organization. We also have much of the information from the Alumni Association on the internet, thanks to Mr. Richard Crimes. There he is in the back. He's the videographer tonight. And there is information about the Alumni Association starting on page 8 in the souvenir booklet. So please come
Good evening,
forward.
ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. Thank you for this invitation. I'm surprised. I was out on the golf course about 2 hours ago, and Shirley called me. Said, "You have to make a speech." I said, "No, I don't. I didn't even know anything about it." But I'm glad to be here, and I'm always glad to come and say a word about Councill High. We are doing wonderful things, and I'm glad that you are here participating in your class reunion. I would encourage you to support and participate with all of the class reunions that occur. I'm hoping that we can get a total Councill High class reunion. And I would like to see and know that all of the presidents that are still around can make contact with their classes and organize them so we can have such an event. And if you would be so kind to push that effort, all of you in the various classes, I think it can happen. We want to demonstrate that we are a viable, large, live group of Councill High citizens. Did I get something on that? Yes. Right. We know for a long time we have been working to get some attention to do something with that building. It's been a hard road, but I give thanks to my sidekick here, Shirley, Richard Crimes, who has always kept me informed about the news that I sometimes miss because I'm involved in so many other things and I don't see it all. Thank you, Richard, for keeping me abreast of all the things that take place. But let me say how thankful I am to know that we have worked hard and finally we have the door open for us to go in. And I would encourage you to join us in any effort that another person from Councill High might come to you and ask you to volunteer or work on a project or work in a community or work on a committee. I would hope that you would join them and do so. We need all of the participants, all of the help that we can get, because, you know, we are not the only one that is interested in that building. We're a small group. But if you will work together, we can be a very large group that can get more accomplished. Now, as you know, we have received an ordinance and a resolution that has been passed between the housing authorities and the city council, including Council High. That's an opportunity that we've been long looking for. And we have that opportunity, and that's why I continue to work so hard to make sure that we don't let ourselves down, but also don't let the people downtown think that we can't do anything. And as most of you might know, there are many organizations, many leaders, many people who want that property. Since 92, 93, we have fought hard. We have been discouraged, but I don't carry the negative things around thinking about them. I move on beyond that and allow the positive things to motivate me to keep going. So I would encourage you to do likewise. Now, yes, we do have an opportunity to do something with that building. Drawings are on the board. The Housing Authority is the leading agency to help us, even though there are some people there that did not want this to happen. But we stood fast. And as we said to all of those behind us who were negative in our efforts, that we're going to have what we want. It seems to me, as well as to you, that every building that we have occupied has been torn down or turned into something else. We don't want Council High to be that. We want to see it as a viable facility that can be beneficial for the community, for all of us, not black or red or whatever the color may be, but every citizen in this county and city. That's what we want. And that's what we have strived to work for. Now, Michael Lundy has fought hard, and he has included me in every aspect of his endeavor. And that's why I keep working with him. On Monday, I'm to be in the board's first meeting since the resolution and the ordinance has been passed. I don't know what's going to come out of that meeting, but I think some people are still doubtful, as Michael tells me. So we're going there prepared to convince those two that are doubtful that we are real and that we're going to do something. With your help, I know we will. Your help, as well as all the other Council High grads, non-grads that you can find. Now, we do have some drawings on the board, some things that we're going to do. There's a young man that's been working with us named Ellery Williams. He's an employee of Redstone Arsenal, the Defense Department. He's called me and said to me when the Buffalo Soldier Group were working that he wanted to join and work with us. I said, Ellery, come on over. He came over with the sleeves rolled up, and he's been working ever since. So Ellery has done a lot for us. He has a lot of designs. He knows a lot of contact, and he has put himself to work in doing that. So I still would encourage you to work with us so we can make this project a success. Thank you.
We have some folders with our rendering in the back if any of y'all would like to take one with you and review it. Also, we have our membership application on our website, and we would appreciate it if you would send your membership in to us. It's $20 a year. The city is working with us also, but they want an accounting of the community working with us. And so by membership, that would be an accounting to the city. So we would appreciate it if you would become members of the organization. Thank you.
It's fading out. Okay, thank you, both of you. One last thing, and we will be back to listening to the music. But I have to tell you this. We have been working over a year planning the events of this weekend. We had a wonderful crew of who you saw earlier. and they were very diligent. We had to ask a fee from everyone, but the committee members went much farther and deeper into their purses and wallets and everything so that we could possibly have a worthwhile event. So I want to take this opportunity to thank them. Now, there is something else trying to get attention, but I'm not getting the right attention that I need. Although every one of the committee members went deeply into their pockets, we had one person who brought, no matter where we were, took it upon herself to bring refreshments, and very good refreshments. She'd have something different every time. She did put a lot of work into this, and I want to calories too. And I want to take this opportunity to thank her for all she did. Olivia. And I hope you will enjoy it, but I do want you to open it.
Ooh, it's heavy. Oh, that's beautiful.
She is forever in the kitchen, catering, serving. So we hope that she will enjoy this.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm just been given a task to select someone who will do the alma mater. Who knows it? The words are in your booklet, program book. Inside the front cover. Jerry, you and John, y'all remember that?
Council, dear old Council, we rise to honor thee. We're proud to wear the blue and white, which stands for victory. Praise, praise to thee, O Council. Praise thy glorious work well done. Praise your life of splendid service. For your time
behalf of our committee, committee members, please stand. Committee members, please stand. I'd like to thank you publicly. I've already thanked you privately for working with the committee. Our chairperson was Julianne Lacey. Your co-person was Miss Olivia Brown. And the rest of y'all were co-chairmen. We named everybody co-chairman. Just call their names first. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to pay a special tribute to Julianne.
Yes.
Julianne worked all day, word ball to the death. All day, every day to make sure that this book was a perfect example for a Councill High alumni. She worked entirely. Let's give her a round of applause. This book has value, a lot of value. It's expensive. And we thank each of you for coming and paying your fees, et cetera, et cetera. And this will go down in history. So if anybody make a photocopy, I'm coming to see you. All right. You ready for the benediction? Are we ready for the benediction? Yes.
I'd just like to say something on behalf of the faculty members. You know, my voice is very loud. I don't think the microphone. But we have thoroughly enjoyed it, and we have such loving memories of all of you, and all of us so young. And we are just delighted to be here, and thank you for all you've done. And that is a fabulous book. And you have really, you did well, and Sue would have been proud of you. I have, because you all are so dear to me, I didn't teach many of you long. When I was there, 62, I think I came in 60. And Sue, of course, put me right to accompanying the choir and making me take organ lessons. And so I played cradle and post and made me fitness. Isn't it? Something of the past. Yeah. But don't you appreciate that you had that? That you had that discipline? Strong dog. You know, we lost so much. We gained a lot, but we lost so much in the transition from our seminary to we lost so much. It's just a joy to see all of you. And on behalf of all the faculty members here, thank you. You have done a great job. And we love you. Thank you.
Coming over here with Dr. Willie Lee Clark. He was my protege in the choir. And he's a whiskey gentleman. I became one. Mr. Clark. I used to mimic him. And I ended up with a fairly decent voice.
Thank you, Honda. Those killer notes I used to make, I can't make them anymore.
Yes,
But I enjoyed it when I could. I love all of you. I'm telling you, I had so many of you in my shop. And everybody in that shop made a profit. Everybody made a profit. A white man let me up at some furniture company. And said, where y'all get these products from? I said, from Council High. He said, no, I didn't. I said, why you say that? Y'all brought those from man in. I said, no, and then we brought from Council High. He said, my boy takes shop up in the Huntsville High, and they don't do nothing like this. running down and made the problem. Thank you, Council Hart.
You remember what my grade was?
You made a B.
Getting a B from that class was like going to hell. One of the things about, I would say this now after 50 years, my lamp never did work, but I got no B.
You got a B, boy.
That's all right.
You got a B, boy.
Thank you, sir. Any other testimonies? All right, we're about to say, oh, I'm sorry. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up.
William Howard Baptist II. Speaking of wood shop, I wanted to take wood shop. They wouldn't let me take wood shop. Every time I would go to the little corner, the little window, I would look in there and they would be sawing wood and cutting and doing. And I said, I want to take wood shop, but I never could take wood shop. Went to council training, they didn't have wood shop. So I was never able to take wood shop. But that's what I do for a living now.
And he is good.
The class has allowed me to bring some of my wares to show you some of my work. And after everything is over, I'll bring it in and you'll see what a self-taught wood craftsman does. Because I never took a wood shop course. Thank you.
And there's something you haven't made a very good creativity. You just great. You got Ladies and gentlemen, right after our benediction, we want to welcome back to performing Shelley and the Uptown Jazz Band. Can y'all give them a round of applause for what they've done so far? They brought their vocalist. She's going to perform as well. And maybe Mr. Clark will join me in a duet. Maybe, I don't know.
Let us stand to our feet. And the person standing next to you, grab their hand very tightly. Statistics states that every 1.5 seconds, 6,000 people die someplace, somewhere. We never know the last time we get a chance to meet. So we thank God for this time. Father, we thank you for this time. We ask your richest blessings upon us. We leave this place. Cushion us, seal us, be a fence around us, protect us. Some are going near, some are going far. But give us traveling mercy, we pray. Your grace and your peace. In Jesus' name, thank God. Amen.
Amen.